what were your thoughts about African American children growing up in the United States?
Well, I thought it was sort of a sad moment because, I see a bunch of families just being a real family and not just combining or not having that same, what do you call it? Connection, there we go. That same connection that other families do. When I look at myself, I'm just like, I want to grow up, get married, have nice children, and just have a good life until I die at old age. So, what I've seen, 38% or 40, children, they only have one mom or one dad and they just live with them. And they want to turn to your dad for other sports help. It's a nice ringtone in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, so, anyways, yeah, it's a real sad moment.
Okay. Well, that was a wonderful interview. I hope to see you around.
So why did you and your family move to America?
Well, my family and I, we were living kind of in fear in Japan because there were neighboring countries who were not very, who were trying to get Japan to trade with them, and Japan, we didn't really want to do all this trading, and they were threatening us and threatening our own safety. Plus, working in the United States would have just been a better situation. So we decided to do it that way.
So what was life like before Harvard?
Well, at this time we had already moved to America. Many of the Americans who were already there were not very welcoming. There was a lot of segregation and prejudice against Asian people. Japanese and Chinese people especially, they were ridiculed and put down and segregated.
So it was pretty tough life.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did this affect you when Pearl Harbor was here?
Well, immediately everybody was thinking, oh my goodness, all Asian people are out to get us. At this time, the United States was thinking that there was going to be a lot larger, more high-scale attack than what there was. Okay, so a lot of people were not very friendly to us. In fact, they were threatening us, and we were definitely just scared for what was going to happen next. We were living in fear amongst other people we thought were our fellow Americans.
Did the military take any action about this?
Yes, they did. After a while, they made the Executive Order 9066 Act, and what it did was they took over 1,200 to 1,600 Japanese people and they put them in internment camps. And it's not like it was for the Jewish people in the Holocaust. There was soldiers everywhere. We had to be watched. Our freedoms were taken away, and we were surviving off of the government's command, pretty much.
So your internment camps were pretty bad then?
Yeah, they were pretty bad. It could have been worse. They didn't feed us adequately, but they did give us what we needed to survive.
So where were these camps located?
These camps were actually located in Native American reservations, and they thought it was a good idea that we were there, because then when we left, they were going to get reimbursements for the buildings and all the things that they supplied for them, but they just took down the buildings and they didn't get anything in return, which was not fair to them.
So why were you put in this camp?
We were put in this camp pretty much because the government thought that all Japanese people were sent here to be spies for the Japanese government. Even though we weren't, they couldn't prove anything, they still thought that we were out to get them.
So when do you finally get out?
Well, we had to answer 2 questions. One was we had to agree to be in the United States Army and fight for the United States or be a nurse. And the second question was, are you willing to be fully loyal to the United States and the United States only? And majority of the Japanese people said yes to both of these questions.
If you had the chance, what would you do for the people who were still in their internment camps?
If I had a chance to do anything for the people who were in them, I would try to fight for compensation for their time in there, even though they were innocent people. They did not deserve what they were given to them, and it would be the right thing to do on our part. Yeah.
Did you do anything to stop that discrimination?
Did I do anything to stop further discrimination? There was not a whole lot we could do. People were just very judgmental, like, just in general. The most, like, that we could do is maintain that we are trying to become good people, good citizens, and most importantly, just, like, civilized members of the United States.
What are your thoughts on the future for Japanese people after being in the internment camps?
Well, for the future, Japanese people will just try to recover from this being locked up, and after Pearl Harbor, it was a devastating effect on us, but we are a good people and we will still strive to do our best in our future lives.
Good.
Alright, well, that's about it.